environment. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So I always like to start these conversations off and talk about what I think is kind of the baseline for all threat detection that we do within the environment. So if you look at how XDome deploys into an environment, and we talk about threat detection, one of the key ways that it does this is it will listen to traffic in the environment, use that to identify all the devices in the environment, and start baselining their behavior and figuring out what they are and what they're doing in the environment. And if we look at this just very quickly from a high level, you can see here, we identify everything in the environment, what it's doing, what type of device it is, how it's communicating, it's IP MAC, the type of device, vendor, all this sort of stuff. And this is really critical when we start talking about threat detection, because if there are areas in your environment where you don't know what there is or what types of devices there are, or even worse, there are areas in your environment that you don't even know about, you're not going to effectively be able to do threat detection in this environment. So I think visibility is one of the core starting points that we have to look at when we're talking about whether it's threat detection, vulnerability response, any sort of these mitigation or security programs. We need to start with this visibility point in place. And you can see here with XDome, we can identify a lot of information about all these devices. Again, what they are, what they're doing within the environment. And when we start looking at trying to detect anomalies or malicious traffic to these devices, this is the sort of thing that's going to make sure we can respond appropriately. And this is, again, I think one of the key starting points that we have for all of this, all of these abilities that we're going to be talking through. So we start with this baseline of visibility. I know all my devices. I know what they're doing. I know how they're communicating with the environment. And again, I'm listening to this passive traffic within the environment to monitor who's talking to who, how they're communicating with each other.